This is NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runners Alley, coming at you from the Division III State Championships. This year's Meet Hub brought to you by Tim's Truck Capital and Hoka. We have our girls D3 race about to get started in just a few minutes. Taking a look at the team side of things, Hopkinton is the team to beat. They're currently ranked 7th in the state, and they've been a powerhouse in D3 all season long. Messinic, currently ranked 8th. Never know with them, championship season, they usually are at their best. Conant, Monadnock, Guilford, Newfound, all teams that definitely should be in the mix today. On the individual side, we do have a favorite. That is Brianna Malone of Portsmouth Christian. She's looking for her 3rd win here. Bentley of Monadnock, Hannah Bennett, and Murdo of Hopkinton. Again, Hopkinton with that strong team. Messinic has the O'Shea sisters, Erin and Caitlin. Newmarket, look for Hagen. In Conant, Kylie. Again, individually though, we think Malone looking pretty strong. In fact, she has times where it could be kind of in the mix. For the record, Division III girls record, set back in 2010, was by Kylie McCoy, also Portsmouth Christian. That's 18:16, so that is the time that we are looking for Malone to have potential of beating. Of course, she's had a good season and good high school running overall. Taking a look at the line, this one much more packed than all the other divisions that we've seen, as is tradition with D3. The teams on the line from left to right: Hopkinton, Derryfield, Berlin, Wilton, Lindenborough, Portsmouth Christian, Winnisquam, Bishop Brady, Prospect Mountain, Newmarket, Moultonborough, Trinity, White Mountains, Hillsborough Deering, Epping, Monadnock, Muscoma Valley, Belmont, Guilford, Newfound Regional, Fall Mountain, Campbell, Raymond, Conant, Linwood, Kearsarge, Pittsburgh, Profile, Interlakes, Newport, St. Thomas, and of course Messinic as well. So definitely, I think I said 31 different teams there. We can see why they are spread apart so much on the line. We'll begin started momentarily. Get in order for these athletes to move on next week. Meet of Champions got to qualify for D3. We're looking at the top 5 teams in the first 20 finishers, meaning if you place 21st and your team isn't top 5, you do not get to move on. So we are narrowing things down as we get to the kind of the peak of the season here, Derryfield Park, Manchester, New Hampshire. The weather today is pretty nice for these girls. It's warmed up throughout the day. We're probably looking at high 50s or so, maybe low 50s, but it feels nice and warm in the sun. Challenging course. They start uphill. And as some of our commentators earlier said, it's challenging until you really get to know the course. Start up this hill, and then backwoods, you'll get some shade in there and some more hills, climbing up a ski mountain and everything. So good test of it, not a fast course by any means. And it looks like we should be getting started in just a moment. Like I was saying, Hopkinton looks strong all season long. Malone looks strong all season long. So those, unlike D1, we've got some favorites in here that we can expect to do well. Obviously, upsets definitely can happen. We've seen that already today as well. Talk about Hopkinton, you look at them, they're a team to beat in D3 even at the beginning of the season. You've got Haley Bennett, Shiley Murdo, excuse me. It's low numbers for 1-2, and they've got a good supporting cast. Trafton, Bove, Locke, Walsh, Klarner as well in the mix. A lot of those could be top runners on different teams here. Not all the teams here for D3 will have a full 7. Some will have 6, 5, or even less, 1 or 2. All depends. We've seen that throughout the day as well, as our starter makes his way to the cone. What we have seen so far today is A lot of these athletes really like to push real hard this first 100, 200, get themselves into a spot where they think they belong. We hear a whistle, gun is up, and they're off. Your 2022 Division III Girls State Championship here in New Hampshire, Dairyfield Park. Nice 5K course for them. Challenging course. Good to see Malone come into view on the left side there. And she looks to take that top spot as all these girls funnel in, making their way up this hill. Again, this is our largest field of the day so far. And we will go ahead and see how it's looking 600 meters in.
All right, we have the top girls coming around the corner here. Got Malone out front. No surprise there. Gone out pretty hard. A big gap here, not looking back. Pretty strung out from her. Got Massenic's top 3 up there, Hopkinton 2. Actually 4 for Massenic right there. But their 5 is a little bit further back. So Hopkinton and Massenic going at it right now. Obviously still pretty early on. Definitely a lot of change to come. So we'll see how they change over the first mile. Kind of get an idea of where everyone's at. Going up into the hill section.
Coming around the corner, Brianna Malone, Portsmouth Christian. Obstacle wide past the mud. Nice looking line there as we see her with quite the lead at this point. Second place now 30 meters back, but in sight from Newmarket. It's probably Hagen. And then we've got some of those Hopkinton Hawks, Monadnock, Campbell, Massenic actually looking like they're in a really good spot, at least with 4. Early on, plenty of racing. Definitely a good mix in here. Saw 3 more Massenic there, a little bit further back, but I believe that would be 5, 6, 7. This girl's giving a good effort up this hill. Definitely a good mix in here team-wise. This looks like it should be a pretty good team battle overall. Looks like they've spread out a little bit more than some of the other races we've seen today. But still, everyone has someone to race against. Someone has someone they can battle, push with throughout the whole race. Hard course to PR, but everyone is training for kind of this weekend, or most teams are training for this weekend. Looking to peak here. And with the majority of them past us, we'll check in progress at the 1 mile.
Here we have our first runner approaching the 1 mile mark. She has a big lead. I believe this is Brianna Malone of Portsmouth Christian. Approaching the 1 mile. It is currently 5:52. 5:58. She passes 1 mile. Decent lead for the first mile. About 50 meters or so. Behind her we have Newmarket.
Good job. 6:15. Good job.
1 and 2 decent leads over the pack. There's a good group of girls coming through right now. I see 2 Messinics. I see a lot of red. That's a lot of Messinics grouped together, a lot of hawks. Yeah, I believe I just saw 4 Messinics go through right now. A few Conan. Newmarket's 2, I believe. Here's a good group of Kearsarge girls, hopefully working together, push each other on this uphill that's coming up. Right behind us, we have this huge hill that leads to the 2 mile in. If you work together on that hill and you use each other to the advantage, you're gonna fly up that hill and you're gonna pass some people and make some good marks for your team. And then you really got to use that downhill.
Good job. Enjoy it. We need you. Livy, 7:30, Livy. Time to make your move up the hill. Liv, pump it. Let's go. Let's go, Olivia. 7:43. Good job. Up the hill. 7:50.
I'm sure these girls are loving the weather right now. I bet it's in the 60s right now. It feels pretty nice, warm sun. It's gonna cool. We're gonna go in the shade in the woods for a bit, and it's gonna cool them down and let them cool down for that downhill and the finish later on.
8:10. 8:10. Good job. I need you. 8:30. You're at 8:30. Good job.
All right, we're at the top of the first hill here. We got Brown Malone. Brown Malone is alone. That was terrible. Sorry. So she's got pretty good gap over second place, which is pretty much what everybody expected here.
Let's go, Jack.
Real nice lead. Looks pretty chill right now. Looks like Lana Hagen in second with another decent gap to third and fourth. So we got Hopkins 1. Keep an eye on that. We got 2 Messinic and another Hopkinton. We got Hopkinton 3 here. And 2 more Messinic coming up right now, ahead of 2 more Hopkinton. Seen quite a few Kearsarge go through as well. They have a nice pack right here. They should be up there. And then 2 more Messinic. Rounds out their scoring. And 2 more Hopkinton. So pretty good packs here for those top 2 teams we're keeping an eye on. But throughout the day we've seen quite a bit change over the second mile. Obviously this is
on! Come
So
on!
pretty much all of the hills on the course are. This is the second mile. So should see a pretty good mix up at the 2 mile. Barring any major catastrophe, I'd say Malone still should have a strong lead at the 2 mile.
Come on, you're almost on the top. There's a downhill here. Come on.
So at this point, it's mostly a question of what time can she put down.
Come on, Katia. Go, got it, Katia. Go up there. Molly's just in front of her. Catch up to her. You got it, Katia.
So we will scoot up to the 2 mile and see how these ladies fared over this next section. All right, here we are at the 2 mile. We got Brianna Malone coming through. 12:40 through the 2 mile with quite a gap. So it looks like she put in even more of a surge over that second mile.
In Vermont, I used to coach in the same division as Ellen Curry.
Oh yeah. In high school?
Well, I was the coach.
Right, yeah.
The team that won that states when Ellen was coming on the women's team.
All right, we got Hopkinton's 1, Kearsarge's 1, Newmarket 1.
Here we go, Kaylee! 1340!
Pretty good move by Hopkinton and Kearsarge. Got 2 Messinic coming through here. Another Hopkinton. So it's 2 for Hopkinton, 2 for Messinic through. Conant's first. Got Conant 2.
1406!
2, 3 Monadnock through. Got another Hopkinton here.
1417!
Another Conant.
1422!
All right, so now that things are a little bit more spread out, we can kind of see with a little bit more definition who the teams in the mix are here. Got another Monadnock. I believe that's 4 for Monadnock. And Messinic and Conant. So we should have a pretty good battle here. Another Messinic coming through.
There we go, Ava! There you go!
Got a lot of teams in this. It's a little bit hard to tell at the top of that first hill. They were all kind of bunched up. It's hard to pick out every team that's in the race. But now at the 2 mile, we can kind of see how things are shaking out. And it's getting pretty interesting. So it looks like we got a nice battle. We got Hopkinton, Messinic, Conant, and Monadnock all, I think, fighting for the top spot, I'd say. Have to see how everything settles out, but definitely those 4 at least going for the Meet of Champions qualifying spots. So we'll have to see how things are going down at the bottom of the hill.
Just go, we're shaking out, go after those girls. Work on breathing and go grab them.
See who can put a move on in this big downhill. Pick up a few points and get a clear lead. But I think it might come down to the finish line.
Shake it out, work on your breathing. Everyone matters, and yes, you can.
Counting points all the way through.
guys. Big downhill, girl. Big downhill all the way to that door. Move forward, move forward, girls. That's your next target. That's your target right there. Catch that. Head down, go.
Come on, get up one of those girls and I'm pulling you along. Get right up on the spells. Open up that stride and go. That's it. Go, go.
Here we are with just about half a mile left in the race with our leader coming through, Brandon Malone from Portsmouth Christian. Strong lead, looks strong. Just got to keep that up and she can be the Division III winner for the girls individually. As you can see, there's a decent sized gap.
Now I'm like, I can rest. We're getting so much rest with the boys.
She definitely used this downhill to her advantage. Now there's usually it's rainy and muddy here, and you know it's a beautiful day and not that much mud, unfortunately, so there's going to be no slippage here and people can really rip on this downhill.
Nice job, Hannah!
We have Hannah from the Hawks, Hannah Hawks. Kearsarge, number 1. We have Hawk number 2, Messinics number 1. Messinics 2 followed closely behind Newmarket's number 2. I believe that actually is Newmarket's number 1. Alan Hagen. This is a group of girls working together, battling it out. 2 Conants passing by. Still don't know whose race this is. 2 Monadnocks coming through. 3 Monadnocks. It's a nice pack right there. Definitely work together, I bet. We have another Conan, another Hawk. Hopkin. Conan the Messinic. And behind me on the final stretch, we have Brianna Malone. Still looks strong. Probably putting even further lead on her opponents.
Come on, Emma! Come on, Emma!
I'm telling you, this sun, even though it's a nice cool day, it's gonna be brutal on this last stretch. But I don't think that's slowing her down at all.
Come on, Audrey! Audrey! Come on, Audrey!
Yeah, that's a decent sized lead.
Brianna Malone coming into view. She's looking in control, nice and relaxed. Won't be a record time, but she is all by herself. Again, nice, relaxed, controlled for your 2022 Division III state champion, Brianna Malone. Second place, not yet in sight. And here we go, Hopkinton's number 1. I believe that is Hannah Bennett of Hopkinton. Making her final push down the straightaway. Looks like Molly of Kearsarge gets that 3rd position. And here we go, Hopkinton's number 2. That would be Murdo, followed by Massinic's number 1. And now they're starting to come a little bit quicker in between. And we can start thinking team battle as well. Again, we saw the O'Shea sisters from Massinic finishing up well. Representing the Wildcats there, Fall Mountain, that was Jenna Fillion. Monadnock crossing. I believe that's their number 1, Sadie Gibson. Kylie from Conant was right behind. Here you go, Monadnock number 2 and 3. You've got Hopkinton in there as well. So far, no team has had 5 across. Still plenty early. We're at 17 athletes. Again, top 20 individuals do qualify themselves, even if their team does not, to compete next week. And that's 18, 19 looks like Massinic, with 20 being Fall Mountain. And finishing for Massinic, that was Sky Lambert.
Good job, Kelly!
Finishing for Fall Mountain, we saw Kelly Ranta.
Come on, Kelly!
Newfound, Hopkinton, Kearsarge with a pair, Massinic with another. These team battles are going to be pretty close. Massinic again, or Monadnock again. They've looked pretty strong today. No team with 5 across yet as Fall Mountain and Hopkinton cross. And that is Hopkinton's 5th athlete. Again, they were the team to beat coming into it, as Guilford gets a pair, Newfound with 1, Massinic with another. Massinic now with 5 across. So those 2 teams end up pretty close. Massinic again. Conant, Campbell, Hopkinton, Moultonborough. I think Berlin was in that mix. Alyssa of Berlin, Sophie of Monadnock. And Monadnock has 5 across, as well as Conant. So Hopkinton, Massinic, Conant, Monadnock, all with 5, all pretty close. Rebecca of Belmont just passed us. And the pair finish up. That was Newfound's Reese Cutting and Newmarket's Isabel as well. Massinic, Muskoma, Gracie and Emma. Conant, Moultonborough, that was Lapniski and Kylie. Bishop Brady coming across. McKinney, Moran, Dowd, Ryan, Olivia Scar, Tessa Tanner, and Redmond. Our top 60 rounded out with Booth of Guilford. Team-wise, very, very close. Again, top 5 teams continue on their season. In the top spot currently is Hopkinton. Massinic, Conant, neck and neck. Monadnock in the mix. And then that 5th team on the bubble right now, Kearsarge, 6 Fall Mountain currently. That scoring could still change as more athletes cross. There's more displacement that can occur. I know Newfound has not had 5 just yet. They're sitting at 4, and that makes their 5th there. They're going to displace a little bit. But I would say at this point, Hopkinton looks like they've got it wrapped up. Massinic in Conant, still in a very close battle for second. Again, both of them have their scorers in. Just depends on the displacement of girls still to come. Definitely getting warm here, especially in the sun. But we saw Brianna Malone winning it 19-15. She looked relaxed and in control as she was coming to the line. Almost a minute on second place. She's going to look to have the win next week as well at Meet of Champions. She's had a pretty good season thus far. Susanna Zahn, earlier winner today. Could be a battle with Brianna Malone next week. Zahn did get the better of Malone here at Manchester Invite, but Malone bounced back the following week and got the win at Black Bear. So those two should have a pretty good matchup next week. Now have 9 teams across with 5+ athletes. Again, does look like Hopkinton is winning this, followed by Messinic, Conant, Monadnock, Kearsarge to round out your top 5, moving on to Meet of Champions. At this point, we've had about 93 or so athletes cross. So we're staring at 100 in front of us. Warming up for these girls, especially in the sun, out in the hills area, in the shade. A little bit cooler, but they're feeling the heat now. Been exposed to it on these hills, climbing up these hills, zigzagging back and forth a bit. Working hard to finish out their seasons. And as the majority have passed us, we've got to go ahead and get ready for the boys' race. So once again, this is NewHampshireCrossCountry.com, powered by Runners Alley. Meet Hub today brought to you by Tim's Truck Capital and Hoka. This has been your girls' Division III State Championship.